you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Maryland. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Well, look at this crowd. It looks like we're having March Madness a little early. Yeah, Terrapins are all excited. I've got... So, I'm pretty fired up. I am ready to go, and I hope you are too. It has been almost a year to a day. It was a year to a day yesterday when I stood on the steps of the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois. The city, I love you back. The building where Abraham Lincoln served for most of his life before he went on to Washington, the city where I served for many years before I became a United States Senator. I stood on these steps and I announced this unlikely journey to change America. Some people, by the way, y'all can have a seat if you want. Relax.
We don't want to.
You guys can't sit down. These are the early birds here. Some people ask me, they said, why are you running this time? I said, why are you running too soon? You are a young man, you can afford to wait. That's what they said. And I had to explain to people I am not running because of some long-held ambition. I know that people have been looking through my kindergarten papers, but that's not why I decided to run. I am not running because I think it's somehow owed to me, because I think it's my turn. I am running because of what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. Fierce urgency of now. Because I believe there's such a thing as being too late. And that hour is almost upon us. We are at a defining moment in our history. Our nation is at war. Our planet is in peril. The dream that so many generations fought for feels like it's slowly slipping away. And you see it in your own lives. I don't have to tell you. People are working harder for less. They've never paid more for college, never paid more for gas at the pump. It's harder to save, it's harder to retire. Our healthcare system leaves 47 million people without health insurance, and those who have it have seen their co-payments, deductibles, and premiums going up, so that more and more families are finding healthcare out of reach. Our school system, despite the slogans, leaves millions of children behind. Millions of children unable to compete in an international economy. I was traveling in South Carolina during the primary there. They had a building that was built right after the Civil War in the 1800s, crumbling. Kids were learning in trailers next to the railroad tracks. Every time the train went by, the teacher had to stop because the building shook so bad. But there are new prisons in South Carolina, not new schools. In such a situation, we cannot afford to wait. We can't wait to fix our schools. We can't wait to fix our healthcare system. We can't wait to send our young people to college instead of to prison. We cannot wait to stop global warming. We cannot wait to bring this war in Iraq to a close. We cannot wait to fix this country. been outstripped the capacity of a broken and divided politics to solve. I figured out that the American people were desperate, were hungry for something new. That they wanted a politics that wasn't about tearing each other down, but was about lifting the country up. And we wanted a politics not based on ideology, but based on practicality and facts and reason and common sense. That we didn't want spin and PR, but we wanted straight talk and honesty and truthfulness from our political leadership in this country. Most of all, I was betting on you, the American people. Some of you know I now live in Chicago, but I didn't always live in Chicago. I moved there after college when I wasn't much older than the students here, to work as an organizer on the streets of Chicago with steel workers who had been laid off from their jobs, trying to set up job training programs and bring economic development and after-school programs for youth. It was the best education I ever had because it taught me that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. That change in this country doesn't happen from the top down, but it happens from the bottom up. I learned that the American people are a decent and generous people, willing to work hard and sacrifice for future generations. And that if we could just come together across the artificial divides that our politics has set up, across lines of race and religion and region, so that blacks and whites, Asians, Latinos, Native Americans, rich, poor, gay, straight, if we could all come together and join our voices to challenge the special interests and lobbyists that have set the agenda for too long, but also to challenge ourselves to be better parents, better neighbors, better citizens, that there would be no problem we could not solve and no challenge, no destiny that we could not fulfill. And I am here to say to all of you that after a year of crisscrossing the country, after 12 months of shaking hands and eating chicken dinners and knocking on doors and visiting VFW halls and diners and schools all across the country, I am here to report that my bet has paid off and my faith in the American people has been vindicated, because everywhere I go, Americans are telling me they want to turn the page, they want to write a new chapter in American history, they want to go in a new direction, and that's why I'm running for President of the United States of America.